Hi, so I'm 41 and a half weeks. I'm getting a little antsy, although everybody around me is much more antsy. Like, why haven't you had your baby yet? It's starting to get dangerous. I think it's fun. I think they just need to chill out. But today I was going to do something called the mile circuit, which I really love the idea of, primarily because it's not messing up your hormones. It's not doing anything to mess with when baby is technically ready to come out. The idea behind it is it's really just putting baby or allowing the baby to get in the most optimal position. And a lot of people do have success with it. And once they do it, they go into labor within the next 24 hours. Now, you don't necessarily have to be trying to induce labor. In general, people use these series of moves in order to just get baby in a better position. The mile circuit is also really great for labor that is stalling or for back labor. Just to try these moves, you can do it basically throughout contractions, and it can help baby turn in a better way so labor continues to progress rather than continue to stall. So today I'm going to show you these 3 moves, although they're not really all moves. They're mostly just laying around. If you don't know who I am, my name is Allie, and I come to you with healthy pregnancy, baby, postpartum, all that good stuff, health tips. So please subscribe to my channel, Paleo Preggers, if you want to get updates. Now, with the mile circuit, it does recommend holding each of these 3 positions for 30 minutes each, which is a total of 90 minutes. Now, if you are in the process of getting ready to be induced, or if you are going through labor currently and are needing to breathe through these for contractions, you probably have that time because this time is now devoted to labor. If you're really just prepping for, getting your baby in the most optimal position, it's fine to not hold each position for 30 minutes at a time. Doing any of it is helpful. Just know it is advised for 30 minutes each. Do what you can do. We don't always have 90 minutes to spare. That being said, you also want to be prepared with all the things. So I recommend a water bottle with a straw. I recommend, if you want to try to veg out and watch TV, that's fine. You definitely want to have the remote in that case because you don't want to be getting up and getting down in between these positions. A good book, your phone with great music tracks, relaxation tracks, birth affirmations, all that stuff. You can incorporate it all. The idea is to try to breathe deeply through all of these positions and give your body a little bit of time to relax and give baby a little bit of time to reposition and get in the most optimal position possible. The next thing that you want to do is gather all of the things that you need. So for the first position, you really just need a flat surface, but a comfortable flat surface. I would say the bed is probably the best option. You could also maybe use a couch or the floor with a yoga mat, but you'll see you might want, if you're going to use a yoga mat, you might want to layer it a little bit because you're going to be in a little bit of an awkward position. For the second position, you need a lot of pillows. So I've got 3 big pillows here plus my Pregger pillow. I think that should be sufficient. Any number of pillows it will do, as well as a comfortable location. So a bed or a couch both work for that. And then for the third position, you basically need a step stool. It doesn't necessarily have to be a step stool. It could be a chair. It could be the curb outside, although honestly, a curb is 4 to 6 inches, and you really should have 2 to 3 steps. So it could be the stairs at your house. It really could be anything that allows you to get almost like a standing lunge happening. So those are all the things that you need. Now that we have everything, let's get to how to do these positions. All right, so the first position is called open knee chest. It looks very awkward, but it's surprisingly comfortable. So you're going to start off on all 4s. You're going to widen out your knees a little bit. Your toes can be closer together. And you're going to lower your upper body onto the bed or whatever surface you're on. Your butt's kind of hanging out in the air. And you're basically just going to relax. Now, you want wider than a 90-degree angle between your thighs and your torso. So I probably need to move a little bit further. So like I said, this is a little bit more comfortable than it probably looks. If, however, you are not comfortable, you can also grab some pillows and support you or your belly or your baby in any way that you want. I'm not going to do that because I actually find that it's harder for me. What this inversion is actually doing is it's creating more space in your pelvis so that your baby is able to readjust and get its head in a more optimal position. So you just want to try to breathe deeply. If you're having contractions, breathe through the contractions. So after you're there for 30 minutes or however long you've committed to doing, your next pose is called Exaggerated Side Lying, which I promise you is much more comfortable. This is where you're going to get all of the pillows. So I'm going to utilize my Pregger pillow and then fill it in with all the other pillows. So you're going to lie on your left side. So your bottom leg, which is your left leg, is going to be straight. And your right leg, you're going to try to get up as far as possible, both over to past your left leg, as well as up towards your chest. So you'll definitely need a pillow, at least one, to prop up your leg, maybe two, depending. As I mentioned, your left leg is straight, and you want to basically turn as much almost onto your belly as possible. So I can stay here for a really, really long time. I can also nap in this position, which would be amazing if you've got the time. You could do some meditation. The ultimate goal is to try to relax through it, breathe through it, especially if you're having contractions. If you are in the middle of labor and you're going to try to repeat the circuit more than once, you probably want to alternate different sides. So just breathe and relax. So I'm not really that interested in getting up right now, but I do want to show you the third position. So the third step that you want to incorporate is moving and lunges. And you can do this in a number of different ways. It is definitely the most active of all three. Ultimately, the idea is that your hips would be square forward and you're basically doing a side lunge. Couple very important rules. One, ideally, this angle should be about 90 degrees. So if you are going to be, you could potentially go walking up and down stairs. You would do 2 to 3 steps at a time, but you're walking up sideways. So that's one thing that you could do. You could just have a step stool right like this and sort of move it around. The primary, most important part about the idea of this is when you are doing this, even if you are wanting to lunge, you do not want to have your knee go past your ankle. If you do that, you are closing off the pelvis, and that is the exact thing that you are trying to not do. So you want to keep the pelvis open in this way. So keep it open, and you could move back and forth. You could move this leg back and kind of lean into it if you're going to try to do it stationary. So I know that the classic way to do this is, using a step stool, doing curbs, using stairs, but really anything that keeps your pelvis upright and puts it in an asymmetrical position is really what you're looking for. So I did a video a couple weeks ago about on the ball, where you can get on a ball and your legs are kind of splayed out a little bit and you're going back and forth in lunge positions. That's something that you could do. You could get a hula hoop and, just actually that circling and spiraling of the hips, that can do something. If you're in labor, this is another really great move to try to get baby to move further down. If you have it up here and just spiraling your hips back and forth, again, just make sure that the knee does not go over the ankle. That is very counterproductive. So spiraling your hips, I swear I can feel my baby moving further down right now, which is a little frightening. So that's it. You incorporate each of those moves for 30 minutes each, and hopefully whatever your goal is, it is achieved. So thank you for joining me today. If you want to get more of these pregnancy, baby, postpartum, etc. health tips, please subscribe to my channel, Paleo Preggers, and hopefully I'll see you next time.